Hey guys, I'm going to do a video today on breath. So I'm going to read to you something that I just want you to take in, absorb and think about, because we often don't think about our breathing very often, and it's something that I teach in yoga. It's essential that we learn how to breathe properly, because if we're not breathing properly, then we're not getting enough oxygen around our body, our cells, and this is also creating low immunity, and it's a way for us to exhale those toxins out of our body. So this is why in yoga especially we try and extend the breath out so that we can release stress, switch on that parasympathetic nervous system, and also switch on our vagus nerve. So I'm going to read to you something from my book, and as I say, just take in what you want, because breath is essential for life. Breathing. So for the body to be alive, of course we have to breathe. We could survive for 2 months or more without food, perhaps 10 days without water, but only about 5 to 10 minutes without our breath. This is the first act of life and the last. We inhale at the beginning of life and we exhale at the end of life. This is life's story. And a problem for many of us is the how of breathing. Shallow breath is normal, and we significantly underuse our breath potential. We have these vast lungs and short, shallow breath. Shallow breathing can cause anxiety because of the way this stimulates the body's blood chemistry. A shallow breath also brings less oxygen into our body, which can then cause difficulty in concentration. When we breathe, the heart physically moves 1 to 2 centimeters, which is vital for the health of our heart. Another reason for deep coherence of breathing is that it is a wonderful way of exercising our hearts. Breath has an immediate impact on our physiological and mental health. Many common illnesses are partly attributable to poor breathing, and it is possible that we can heal some of these conditions by being more aware of our breath. The average rate of breathing for an adult is 12 to 20 breaths per minute. A breath being an inhale and an exhale. The upper rate of this average is actually what we need if we saw a tiger, not for our normal activities. By breathing more slowly, we become more calm and centered, and we're also able to deal with challenging situations in our life easier because we are focusing and concentrating on that breath. Breathing evenly is more helpful to the health of your body than ever, especially right now. We can definitely train ourselves to be better breathers, and this is what we do in our yoga practice. So the breath being our best friend forever. Your breath is your best friend. So we really do need to think about the breath and switching on the parasympathetic nervous system, because a lot of people today are in our sympathetic nervous system, and this is creating chronic inflammation, it's creating illness, it's creating disease, it's lowering our immunity because your immune system switches off when you are constantly stressed out. So we have to switch this parasympathetic nervous system on, and the only way we can do that is through the exhale and allowing that vagus nerve to switch on. So I'm going to get back to the book because we are talking about the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve runs from your abdomen to the brain, which is why there's a lot of mental health issues, which I've talked about in other videos before. And its tone indicates emotional, mental, and physical health. This tone is influenced by childhood experiences, genetics, and adult life events. If a person experiences trauma, their vagal tone will likely be lower. Tone can be positively influenced through meditation, so you can switch on that vagus nerve through meditation as well as the breath. Through your deep breathing, through exercise, through singing. So we can switch on through singing, and laughter switches it on as well. And according to psychology professor Barbara Fredrickson, by increasing people's vagal tone, we can increase their capacity for connection and empathy. You're more attuned to others. You become healthier as well, because that vagus nerve is what is linked to your brain, and also the Alzheimer's connection from gut to brain because of the chronic inflammation in there and other diseases as well can be triggered from the vagus nerve too. So our breath is incredibly important, guys, and we aren't paying enough attention to it. So in yoga, we teach that we have to take a deep breath in from the abdomen, the belly, and then as you exhale, you want to extend the breath so it's longer than your inhale. Now, when you extend that breath, this is when that parasympathetic nervous system switches on. It's when the vagus nerve can start to switch on, and it's when you can start to allow your body to heal as well. So if you are under tremendous amounts of stress, your body is running on cortisol, it's running on adrenaline, your immune system also switches off. So this is why a lot of people, when they get stressed out, they find that they start to develop colds and flus, and they just, get really unwell and sick. It's because that chronic stress has switched off your immune health. So when we breathe, I really want you to focus on a deep breath in. So try and breathe in for about 5 counts. And then as you exhale, you are extending the breath and you are exhaling out for about 6 or 7. So you want to make it a little bit longer than that inhale breath in. And you want to do this like a few times until you start to feel more relaxed. Because remember, your oxygen, you breathe it in to give you life and energy. And you also exhale to release the toxins and the viruses and all of these pathogens and bad bacteria that linger in our bodies, because it's a way of excreting things out that do not belong in our body. So if we're not eliminating enough through breath, we are then going to increase the chances of developing future health problems like autoimmunity, because autoimmune diseases are created by chronic stress. We also have cancer, which can be triggered just like that because you have too much stress inside the body. Stress is a killer, guys, and you have to learn how to get your body out of the stressed out state. And everyone I see around us today is currently living in a fearful, huge big bubble right now, and that fear is creating stress. You've stressed out your body. It's a negative emotion, and negative emotions weaken and lower your immunity. What you need to be doing right now is uplifting yourself to strengthen your immune system, to strengthen the body, and to strengthen your parasympathetic nervous system, so that if you were to, say for example, get a virus, your body will go after it, attack it, because you have a strong body. Your body needs to be strong in order to be able to fight off chronic illnesses. The reason we get chronic illnesses is because we're not putting the right things into our body, we're not putting the right foods into our body, we are in a negative mindset, and we're also not breathing properly. I got into yoga to allow my body to heal from an autoimmune disease because I was chronically stressed as well as a bad diet, And breath for me is so important because I get stressed out, and I know that when I'm stressed out, I've got to come back to my breathing, and that requires me to inhale and then take a deep exhale and sigh everything out and let it go, because I know that oxygen is crucial for healing the immune system, and oxygen feeds your cells, it creates healthy blood, and it stops cancer cells from also growing as well. At the moment, guys, there is a huge divide between masks and those who are not wearing masks. And I've said this in a previous video before. We all need to have a little bit of compassion towards someone else who is not wearing the mask, because you don't know what their underlying health problem is. If they're wearing the mask and they're finding that they cannot breathe, they have anxiety issues, or they have asthma, or they have another underlying health issues, they are going to be creating more chronic stress in their own bodies, lowering their immunity, and giving themselves the likelihood of developing a virus that they may not be able to fight off because they have depressed their immunity. So if you are judging someone because they're not wearing a mask, I want you just to take a little bit of a step back and ask yourself the question, maybe they have anxiety and maybe they just can't breathe with that mask on their face. This is for everyone right now. You're watching this video. I want you to sit up nice and tall, find a comfortable seat, just let your hands relax down wherever you feel naturally comfortable, maybe on top of the thighs. Sit up tall, close your eyes, and then we'll start to just take a few moments towards our breath. So beginning to breathe in through the nose, and then open out the mouth and take a big exhale out. Inhale again through the nose. and exhale it out. One more inhale. And then just slowly begin to open your eyes and then just start to come back into your natural breath. So if you feel like you want to stay there for a few more moments and just focus on that breathing, then just stay where you are and take those breaths. So whenever you're feeling in a stressed out state, guys, I want you just to remind yourself that being stressed out creates chronic illnesses and it suppresses the immune system so that your immune system will completely switch off. And this is why I am always going on about oxygen and breathing lately, and the whole mask situation, because if you deprive yourself of too much oxygen and you're not allowing the body to exhale that CO2, then we are going to develop further health problems down the line. So this is for you just to think about for yourself, nobody else. If you are stressed out with your mask, or whether it's just life giving you stress, or you're also in a fearful state, then we need to focus on our breathing more than ever, guys, and just to center ourselves, to relax and calm ourselves. And when you breathe, just know that everything will be okay. We have to stay in the present moment more than ever right now, guys, and oxygen and breath is just essential for us to reconnect with that. So guys, I'm busy doing a hormone course. If anyone wants to sign up for the email list, go to the link below. It's all about your hormones and why you have health problems, and yeah, oxygen's part of that too, because it switches on the parasympathetic nervous system, which also messes the hormones up, guys, if you're also stressed out. So check out the link before if you want, then I will be able to email you guys when the hormone online course is done and ready for you to purchase. And it's going to go into everything from estrogen to the thyroid, which is my topic on my thyroid, and all of those other, testosterone as well, and health problems like PCOS, endometriosis, and the links with your hormones. So that's all going to be in there eventually. So sign up to the list if you want to be involved. And give me a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will have more videos to come. And just send me a message on Instagram if there's anything that you also want to learn about, because this is about you and getting you back to wellness and creating those positive vibes, because there's so much negativity going on with people, like giving you negative hate comments and things. We don't need it, guys. Like, please, we all need to be kind to one another, and please just focus on your breath more before you react to someone and say nasty, hurtful things, because nobody deserves that neither. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Peace.